Can you hear me now? All right, that should be good. We should be good now. Goodness. Um, I don't know. This should be working. It should be playing right now. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay. Now we're live in all three locations. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Um, goodness, I audio is like the bane of my existence. Every time something goes wrong with it, I feel like I'm running around like a chicken without a head. It is. It's also really stressful because like when you're streaming, you have to do everything live, right? I wish I had an unpaid intern that I could just have handle all this for me. But there's a couple of videos I want to cover today. If you're here for just the answer to the question, is Dune Awakening a sneak peek for Star Citizen 1.0? Yes and no. That's going to be the major theme of the playthrough today. Is I want to really hammer in on, or hammer in, hone. That's the right word. Hone in on why I think that this is the case. There's some good reasons, some bad reasons, and then some ugly to go along with it. But I think that I think it's no surprise to anybody that every time a vaguely space-related game comes out, Chris Roberts is probably in his dungeon just watching it and salivating. So I'm absolutely sure he is watching all the hype that Dune Awakening has gotten, and he's just thinking about how he can put that in his game, which, you know, for better or worse, it's gonna lead to more feature creep for sure. But before we get into the gameplay, I do want to cover the new ship that's out. It's the Esperia Prowler Utility. This is not a ship that makes sense to me, but it is cool. I think the Prowler is a cool design, and so it's nice to see it get an additional usage. But this feels kind of like the Cutlass Steel, where it's just like, really? Like, this is what we're going to do? But anyway, let's check it out. Is desktop audio coming through? Which they say enhanced stealth abilities for this ship as a cargo transporter. That was something that they also said about the Crusader Industries Mercury Star Runner. And as far as I know, that ship still doesn't have the ability to avoid detection in its, extra secret hull, cargo hold. So I don't know. I really hate when they advertise ships based off of features that don't yet exist, like the Valkyrie variant that just came out, the Asgard. Right now, it's kind of a middling performer, but I think that it'll be really good once armor is implemented. But the problem is we've been waiting for armor for a really long time. And so how much longer do players need to deal with a weakened Asgard before they can get it to feel good? And it's the same thing here. Like, is stealth really that important for a cargo ship right now? It is a really cool looking ship, so I will give them that. I really like the Esperia aesthetic. The one display you can't get is this guy's here. Every time it shows up in a video that this guy is on, I'm like, man, that would be a cool poster. I would probably get that. Hey, CIG, if you're watching and you're looking for good ideas of cosmetics to sell on your power store, sell this poster. And I will give them this. I think this takes the cake now for best placed tractor beam. You have the entire underside of the ship visible from this perspective, and it loads from the bottom. So I think that this does set a new gold standard for tractor beam placement on a ship. Look at that. Woo. Are you kidding me? No video audio. Okay. Every time. Every time. You know what? I just remembered I did a Windows update last night. That's what screwed me. All right, let's fix this. Here, I can show you how the sausage is made, so to speak. The way that I've been doing this is I like to be able to separate out my audio channels in post production so that I can tune things a little differently compared to how they were done live. So what I do is I create these uh, whitelist slash blacklist audio channels so that if I have a Discord window open, it will record Discord to a separate track. Um, and you might think, okay, well, maybe you're making it too complicated, but there's always this desktop one that should be broadcasting everything anyways, and it breaks too. So then to fix it, literally have to like delete everything and then come back, add it back in. In the case of the microphone, which wasn't working at the start, it was just a matter of like deactivating and activating the microphone again. But we'll get this fixed. This doesn't take that long to do. I just hate having to do it. Are you saying no audio from me too? You know what? Just to be safe, I'm gonna kill this one too. Oh wait, okay. Saying voice channel is fine. Okay, all right. I'll leave the microphone alone. Won't touch it. Then the next thing you got to do is you have to come in here and set everything to their own channels. So I record my microphone as the only thing to channel 1, and then I'll do other people's voices on channel 3, and then computer sounds on channel 2. And that's how I try to like split it up so that I can have some granular control. But should be working now. And the idea with those feathers was that it acts as kind of like some cover that you can drop behind as a since it is originally a drop ship, right? Even though most people don't use it as that. I think what they ought to do though is kind of splay the feathers out, so still have them horizontal, but like just a little taller. What I'd like to see is that the feathers are tall enough that your character's head is visible if you're not crouched, but if you're crouched, you should be below the sight line of the feathers. And you could even do some like shielding between them. I mean, it's an alien spaceship. You don't really need to justify it, but alas, I'm not in charge. I do like that in this case they got rid of the feathers being a hindrance. That part is great. So, how do you guys feel about them downsizing the weapons on this variant? I feel like it makes sense in my mind. There are a number of people, and when I say a number, I mean I did find one person who said that it should have stayed the same. Um, but I feel like CIG is trying to avoid having a ship that can do everything. So keeping the higher size weapons might not play into that. I don't think downsized weapons weren't necessary. Was that double negative intended there? It's like you do think that the downsized weapons are a good thing. Anytime they make the chassis share the same paints, I think that's a positive move. So I'll give them that. If you have Prowler A and Prowler B, I think it makes perfect sense for them to both be able to use the same paints. Okay, so in that case, you feel like they didn't need to downsize weapons. Okay, I mean, I'd like to hear what your justification is. You know why you think they should have kept the size fives. I do really like the door opening animation. They say the same comparison that it looks like a face hugger. I think that's an apt description, and I think that it really does play well into the alien aesthetic. Like, that's pretty cool. Yeah, there you go. There's your face hugger. Which I actually really like the idea of having a dedicated spot for your box missions. I never play box missions. I don't think most players should play box missions because they're very low reward for the amount of bugs that you're likely to run into, even nowadays in the year of stability. But if you're going to have that as a standardized cargo unit size, I think it is good to support that with a spot to put it. Right now, the 1/8 SCU boxes do not snap to the cargo grid like their larger counterparts do. That would be another way to get around the issue, is just making it so that they can snap. But I do like having the dedicated spot. Weapons could have remained the same. The utility gives up the ability to drop multiple troops stealthily, and all we are doing is giving it a tiny amount of cargo. I mean, it is 64 SCU. For its size, I think that that's pretty good. But I can see the argument that it's like, well, we just traded one feature set for another. But by the same metric, we're talking about a combat ship and a non-combat ship. And I'm not saying that I think the Prowler OP. I'm not saying that I think the original Prowler is OP. I just think that in my mind, I think it does make sense that if you're going to a more civilian craft, then it should take a step away from being from the military identity of the original. No beds, no long term arrangements, short range, so it's very, very focused on stealthy box checking. 32. But it's 32 SCU on either side, isn't it? Isn't that what they were just saying? Let's see. Let's snap back just a little bit. Because I think they... Let's see. How far back was it? How big are these boxes? These look like they're 1x4s, aren't they? Oh. So that would make this 16, 32 total. Okay, that was very poor phrasing then. I guess he didn't say per side, so I mean, like, both times that I've watched this, I thought that they were showing 32 per side, but it's 32 total. That is a lot smaller in my mind. That affects the argument quite a bit. I do still like this, though. So, small pirate ship. I think there's no shot this ever happens, but it would be cool if you could get legitimately pirated by NPCs where they would try to steal your cargo. I don't think that's ever gonna happen with just how many things would have to work well for that to be a thing. But I don't know. Maybe my kids will get to play with a feature like that. I think it'd be pretty cool. Carry it forward in Alpha 4.2. All right, so let's check out. That's their blue sky. That's not actually a very useful link. It would be better to send me to the Q&A. But let's go this way. So it is Alien Week. We've got some stuff going on in the game where you can now buy alien-themed power on the Power Store. Utility reimagined. Discover peak design, heightened functionality, and alien heritage reimagined for the new age. Welcome the Prowler Utility, a new recreation for seamless hauling, landing with 4.2. Like its predecessor, this new variant honors the organic design of the infamous Tavaran ship entrusted to Asperia years ago. With additional storage and comprehensive weaponry, the Prowler utility offers so much more than classic aesthetics. No complaints on design. I do really like the way the Prowler looks. You do still have a turret, so you know that is also something to keep in mind with the DPS considerations. Tractor beam placement looks pretty good in my opinion. Okay, that didn't actually did that not change? Okay. Torchbearer, Hamada, Silverado. Out of those, I dig the Silverado. Angry flying bird shrimp. I mean, you're not wrong. The way it kind of tucks the head down does give it kind of a shrimp vibe. Let's see. You said something about a Q&A though. And let's click that, get that loaded. Turret is slave to pilot with 2 size 3s. If there is a co-pilot, he gets control. Okay, but I mean, that's still quite a bit of firepower as a solo player then. 2 size 4s plus 2 size 3s, because let's be honest, most of the time it's just going to be a solo player in this ship. Yeah, I'm not seeing the Q&A unless I'm just blind, which is likely. No. So it's 300 war bond. Then we've got some new paints coming out for Alien Week. Some alien lettering. It's not my vibe, but I do think that this is a good skin. I think this is something that a lot of people will like. It's just is not for me. But that's okay. The game doesn't need to be for me in every case. As long as it's a high quality skin, I think it'll make CIG some money. Yeah, $300 is expensive. But see, like, I'm not even thinking about it from that perspective because I don't think we should be selling chips. So I'm not even looking at it like that. You could get at least 10 spools of filament with $300. But we're probably talking closer to like 15 to 20 depending on like what kind of bundle deals you get. So yeah, $300 is a lot. You could print a lot of spaghetti failures with $300. Alien cuisine. Ugh. Got the worms and the little small roly-poly thing. And our weird fruits. In the spirit of First Contact Day, our International Bar Citizen Weekend is back. Join us in Austin, Frankfurt, Manchester, or Montreal to collect your exclusive in-game trinket, share cosmic stories, and just like explorers before you, make some adventurous friends. This Oculus paint, is that different? I don't see the lettering on that. That is more my vibe. I like that. I'm guessing it's the luminary then that has the lettering. The other thing with these alien paints is they get a little more funky with like the pearlescent and iridescent coloring, which I think looks really good on Star Citizen's ships. Ooh, that one's kind of cool. When are we working on your next Grubhub sign? I'm thinking Neon-esque EL wire sign and arrow hanging on your door pointing to the mat. Oh my gosh. So, the reason why Mr. Arrow is rightfully throwing some shade at the DoorDash sign is it doesn't work. It does not work. It boggles my mind. The sign that we beta tested on stream a couple weeks ago, and it did work in that case, has not worked more than 30% of the time ever since then. It is so frustrating. Like, it is literally an arrow that points to where I want the food, and it says DoorDash on it. And I still get food showing up right in front of the door. I can't open my door without spilling my drink. It is the best argument to cancel the DoorDash account ever, which is something I said I was going to do anyways. So it's like, I mean, why am I paying for this service if I literally cannot get what I want out of it? Like, I just want to be able to open the door and grab my food. And it's like these drivers are intentionally making that as difficult as possible. Ugh. But yeah, maybe I do need to go so far as to make a giant flashing neon sign. Maybe it needs to be like one of those burlesque signs, because you know those get attention, right? Like, if I put some boobs on the sign, it would definitely get people to look at it. But yeah, so frustrating. The filament, though, came from Coex 3D. Fantastic filament. ASA prints great. No complaints about the filament. But the sign concept, which shouldn't be necessary in the first place, yeah, just does not work. So aggravating. What about trying some hostile architecture? Like, like I could put bird spikes, right? I could put some bird spikes on the doormat right in front of the door. But see, the problem is, I think they would still set it on the bird spikes. Because at this point, it feels intentional. Like, how can you be putting it right in front of the door? How is this not, like, basic consideration? Like, I wonder if the customer tries to open the door and this big tall drink is in the way. Will they be able to do so? Like, I'm not big about bashing on minimum wage workers, right? Like, we've all been there. We've been minimum wage workers, you know, as like your first, second, third, maybe even 10th job. But my guy, the one part of your job description is to pick up the food and leave the food. And it's the leaving the food that is where I have an issue, because you're not doing it in any way that makes sense. Ramp might work, but again, I feel like it must be intentional at this point, and I feel like they would probably either press the food onto the spikes to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, or they would just let the food tip over. Like, I guess I should be glad they're not putting it on my mailbox, because I have a... Let's see if I can find a picture that kind of matches my mailbox. Ooh, this one's actually pretty close. I have something like this. I should really be counting my blessings that they're not putting it on top of the mailbox every time, because it would for sure fall off. Like, every time I've set a water bottle on it, thinking that, you know, I just need to set it here for a second while I lock the door while I'm going on a run or whatever, it falls off every time. So I've only done it like once. But oh, the other one that drives me nuts though is Amazon. Okay, in front of my house I have a big bush, and it's close to the house, but there is a cavity behind it where if you leave the package there, it's not visible from the street, but it's obviously visible to someone standing on the porch, right? So you can find anything on the internet, right? So maybe I can find a picture of this. Um okay, so like imagine my house, right? But there's no steps. And so like if someone were to leave the package, oh wait, no, it's sorry. It's under the mouse is under my face. Okay, here we go. So my house is like this, except the bush is bigger. It would literally come up above this window. I need to actually trim it back a bit now. It's going up past the second story window, and so my tenants can't see out their window. So I probably need to get to that at some point. But imagine my porch. Let's see, no steps, so it's just flat leading up. And if you were to put a package right here from the street, nobody can see it. So it's a pretty secure location to leave a package. And I don't live in a risky neighborhood. I've never had a package stolen. So I have it in my Amazon instructions just to leave the package right here, because I'll see it when I get back home, pick it up, take it inside. Not a big deal. But take a guess what the drivers do instead. Whatever you're saying, it's not that. Instead, what they do is they go through my fence, through the backyard, and they leave it on my rear porch. Okay, now there's several problems with this. First off, if you've been a longtime viewer of the channel, you know that there's a lot of crap in the backyard, or at least there used to be, right? But this was happening even back then. So that means that the Amazon driver would literally be climbing over sharp metal objects to get to my rear porch. That is a huge liability concern, because one, I did not tell them to do that, and two, what happens if they do get hurt, right? If they cut themselves on something, or they trip and fall. What if I come back home someday and there's a dead Amazon driver in my backyard because they tripped on something? Like, I don't want you going through my backyard. I feel like it's grounds for trespass charges, but they keep doing it. And I've called and complained to Amazon, like, hey, I don't want them going through my backyard. I don't think that this is appropriate. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll make sure that it's very clear to not go through the backyard, but it still happens all the time. Now the backyard is very clean and you can get through without stepping on anything, but it's still it's just like there's a privacy concern. They're also leaving my gate open, and so there's now a new security concern from these Amazon drivers literally going through my backyard and then leaving the fence wide open. So it's just like, I'm not asking a whole lot. I just want you to leave my food and my boxes where my food and my boxes go. Yeah. So, anywho, I was thinking about making an Amazon sign, but after seeing how poorly the DoorDash sign works, I don't really want to. I don't feel like it's going to do anything, which is endlessly frustrating. But hey, if you like this content and want to see more of it, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And you will never miss another video. And this has been Odd Job Entertainment, signing off. Now, if you're watching the stream, though, I'm not signing off. I think I'm just going to cut that into a video. So we'll have a little mini rant about delivery drivers going up on the channel. But, while I am clicking buttons in OBS, if you do want to fund my frustration and see it online like John Best and the Prime have done, Orbital Bombardiers and Up get a special mention in each and every stream and video that I do. So thank you for your support. It directly helps me create more content like this. All right. In the spirit of project updates, last stream we looked at a new product, the Infinity Flow. And based on the name, you might think that it's a product to help with menstrual cycles. It's not. Based on the assembly steps, you might think that it's something to help with testosterone cycles. It's not that either. It's actually a filament spooler, a continuous filament feeder. I have tried a couple prints with it installed on the SVO8 as of now, but it's not really working out just yet. So it's having some teething issues. The first issue that I ran into, it was running the first spool just fine, but then the filament cutter failed to do its job, and so it didn't switch over to the next spool like it was supposed to. And the printer never got the communication that there was no longer filament because the filament that was in the tube was long enough to trip the filament sensor. So kind of a perfect storm there. I did just check it before stream, and I had a similar issue happen again, where it seems like this time the secondary spool wasn't able to make it all the way through the filament sensor. And the sensor on the SVO8 is not the greatest. Okay? If you've used a Creality printer, it's very similar to how those sensors work. It feels like there's some kind of physical switch on the inside, and you need to kind of get the angle just right and have the filament be really straight to go through without restriction. So I could disable the filament sensor. That's easy enough to do. But then if I did have a print that does take more than 2 kilograms to print, I'd have to be very conscientious to make sure that I switch it over to new spools all the time. Because if you disable the filament sensor, then the printer is not going to stop itself when it runs out of filament. And that would be a problem. So I'm still working with it. I think it's a good product, but I can't say how good it is until I get it working the way that it's supposed to. But if I can get it working, oh yeah. The rifles that I print, and you know, just in case the YouTube overlords are watching, by rifles I am referring to 3D printable airsoft body kits that I used to sell on Etsy until Etsy decided to start having brain dead interpretations about how they were going to enforce their weapons policy, and now they've officially changed it so that products like what I was selling are no longer allowed. But let's see. Let me pull up my Colts page, which is currently the only place that this stuff is available. You know what? It's asking for a new password because I haven't logged in for a while. It's not worth logging in for. Let's see if I can find it just by searching it. You have to be careful with Colts because they do have less than family friendly stuff on the website, which is why I really don't push this store that I operate very much. But when I try to design these things, I design them so that they can be printed in as few plates as possible. So if you're printing them the way that I do, you can easily run over 2 kilograms, or at least 1 kilogram per print. It also depends heavily on your print settings. when it is a functional part like this, I want to have it be as strong as possible. And so that really cranks up the amount of plastic being used. But especially with a 350 millimeter cubed printer like the SVO8, it's not that hard to get above 2 kilograms of filament going for a single print. Like, this is big enough that you can print an entire chest piece from Halo on it. And if you want to have it really built out, it's going to use a lot of plastic. But I think the point that I was more trying to make with that, though, is that if I come home and I forget to go check it, and it has used up that second spool, then I'm in a world of trouble. And that second spool may be just taking over for the first spool, and so realistically we're only talking about a little bit over 1 kilogram of plastic being used. But if I used it to use the last 10 meters or so from the first spool and then it switches to the second, but it still needs more than that, that's an easy scenario where technically you've used more than 2 spools, even though the total volume is not that much more than 1 kilogram. But let's get into the main content for tonight. I've been playing Dune Awakening, and I think that there is a lot to appreciate about the game. I've been having fun. You know, so that's first and foremost, that's the big thing, right? Is the game fun? Based on my playthrough so far, I'd say yes. I do think it's worth the $50 at least. But then, particular to this channel, how does it compare to... This pops up no matter what you do. I do have the latest driver installed. You can actually see that reflected here. So, I guess they were having some issues with some drivers, but I actually haven't had any issues. So, fingers crossed we don't see anything start today. But I do think that there's a lot of comparisons that could be made between Dune Awakening and what we are being told Star Citizen 1.0 will be like. Star Citizen 1.0 comes with base building, and you will have the ability to claim land and build on that, and it will be largely unrestricted as to where you can build. And Dune Awakening allows that pretty much as well. You'll see that as we go to some of the social areas, that can create a bit of a problem, because you'll actually have bases that are no more than like 100 meters away from the nearest social hub. And so it does make the game tend to look a bit messy. And I think that that's something that the developers of Star Citizen will also have to contend with. Because if you allow players to build anywhere and everywhere, well, players are going to build as close as possible to the nearest resource node, which in many cases is going to be some kind of social building. But this is a little ways through the game. A big part of this game is keeping your character topped up with water. You spend at least as much time drinking water in this game as you do in Star Citizen. So that's not a new experience for me, but it is kind of funny to see one of the most annoying features about Star Citizen also be taking place in this totally unrelated game. But this is my second base that I've built. This is just outside the first kind of tutorial area that you run into. As far as assets go, I think they look pretty good. The graphics are not going to blow anyone's mind. They are good, but it's not like, holy cow, like this is what I buy a top-end PC for. I am running everything at max settings, but like you can, it still has that very video game esque look to it, where it's not straying so far into photorealism that you do kind of forget. Oh my gosh, this is a game. I guess there is chat. I didn't know that. How do you do? Oh, I guess you just hit enter. There you go. But here's my 3D printer. It's called a fabricator. This is one thing that I think has a lot of similarities with Star Citizen is the idea of having fabricators in your base. You know, certainly nothing new for crafting games in general. Over here we have a generator that's keeping everything powered. Notably, compared to other crafting games that would have you like connect different machines together, this game does not have that. As long as you have this console set up and you have enough power being generated and everything is fed, everything is connected wirelessly, and so you don't need to run wires from the generator to all the machines that it powers. Which, from what we've seen in the Star Citizen discussions, seems to be the way that they're going with that as well. But let's get right into it. I should be linking up with Slooty, who's our community manager, because they have set up a base on the server. So let me see if I can't find him. Actually, I should be able to do it. Where would I find like a friends list? Doo, 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 doo. Nope, not that. That's basically. Oh, here's a social menu. Hey. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There is a vehicle driving by right now. Huh. There's a lot of houses to align with, I guess. Where's. See, I'll throw myself in a voice channel on Discord so that those with the rights to access that, which does include Slooty, can join there. Anywho, let's I gotta get OBS back into the main view. All right. I don't know that he's actually online right now though, which is like it says online. Nope, now offline. Oh, okay. If I read, then I would know that he's not online currently. Oh, okay. This might be how I progress the next step. How do I use this? Maybe I equip it? Can't consume spice in current state. What is my current state? I guess we will store that then, because... Oh my gosh. Okay, I keep trying to do, like, Star Citizen keybinds, and it's not working out for me. There we go. I guess that one's full. Where's my build tool? Huh. Oh, that might be better than what I have on right now. Drop that. I don't need those, actually. I don't really need that guy either. Let's compare this to what I've got on. Yeah, armor value 18. There is durability in this game, which I should figure out how to fix this. Oh, something just crashed nearby. Is there like a... There's not like a machine to do it. Oh, here we go. Repair station. So I need some more iron to make that. I need 40. There's various levels of mining tools in the game. This is the second level. I know there's at least 2 more based on the icons that I've found in the game. Grab this copper too. The resources so far have been very generous in that they okay, this one might not. Hey, look, it's the same bug from Star Citizen. It's an unminable rock. You're supposed to just trace these lines, and then if you trace enough of the line, the rock will break. But I know there's at least 2 more levels. The resources have been fairly generous, because like with each of these, you're picking up 1 for the small nodes. But you can see in my inventory, I now have 100 iron, where I had 0 before. So you get like 40 units of iron per node. And they're scattered all over the place. Like, you're not spending a lot of time looking for materials. As long as you know where they're located, you can get going really quick. But we do need more water to get this stuff processed, which I happen to know of a source of water right up here. I'm going to take the construction tool though and equip that. Hopefully that doesn't spoil the surprise too much. Oh, they're not here right now. Oh, there they are. Okay, so there's one. Gunplay is very so-so. It's not amazing. And then you have to like stand in the right spot to get that little green dot in the middle to show up. But once you do, you can stab them and take their blood. And then if I press the hotkey button for that, I can straight up drink their blood. There we go. Okay, that sound is probably a worm over yonder. But here we go. Now I've got a full blood sac, which I can take to the blood purifier. And then it will start refining blood into water. When you do drink blood, you saw that it did take some of my health away. And it looks like that's currently capped, so I can't get that back at the moment. So this will keep filling up. The problem is I don't know that there's really... Okay, there's 9 there. That's actually good. I don't know that there's a way to like queue something up if you don't have the water for it. Like I can queue up 2 right now, but then it's not going to let me queue up another one until I have sufficient water. So it's not the most intelligent resource handling. Maybe that's intentional, but like a lot of games would just wait for the resource to be available. Not so in this. But it's a good thing that we're just about ready to build that repair station, because these things are about to break. I think we needed 40 for that though. And I don't think I can get this guy out of my inventory. So I'm just gonna destroy it, because I'm sure I can just die to a worm if I want to. See, now my health bar is larger again, so it will let me heal back to full. Game does have day-night cycles, and those are actually quite important, because when you're running around in the daytime, if you are in the sun for too long, you actually start to take damage. First, your character will get heat stroke or heat exhaustion, and then if you stay in that state, you will continue to take damage unless you get your character to cool down. What did I have in this slot? Oh, that was the healing kits. probably have enough to craft this now. I just need to find where it's at in my list. Oh, it's this one. There's not a good spot to put this right now. So let's get some more resources. Got a nice granite node here. Well, I don't know what happens if I step into the spotlight. I assume something bad, though. So, let's see. How do I want to do this? Okay, I'll get rid of that one. And then we'll build up this way. There's a lot of ways to handle clipping in games. This game takes the most common approach, which is to not bother with doing anything. And I don't think that functionally there's any difference between the floor and the roof, but it does bother me that this is not floor. So we're going to put floor here. Oh, now we're out. But see, here's the other part about resources in this game. Those rocks are probably back now. The NPCs are having a little kerfuffle over there. There's like two factions of NPCs like right next to each other with their camps. So they're pretty much continuously fighting. I didn't know about that, but I didn't know this about the neighborhood when I moved in. You know, I learned that same time you guys did. I don't really like that open area. Might need to close that off. Because things must look good. Rude. Guys, I am just now learning this gun is full auto. Hey! Who said you could come over here? Oh my gosh. Parry does not do anything in this game. You know what? What? Okay. Might need to reconsider where I'm living. I didn't know that they could get in here. That's actually very frustrating. Okay. Back to what we were doing though. If Sluta gets on, I'll probably be having to move again. But at least for now, let's build that. Okay. So it's not super complicated there. Create some more water. Deposit some more blood. And then it seems that all the inventories are shared as well. So like having iron available in the smelter down there, it also it also provides me with inventory here, I think. Except this is grayed out, so now I'm not sure. Maybe I do need to go grab it. Okay. It's just not gonna let me fix it. That there must be some mechanic that I'm not understanding then. Okay. I was adding more walls to this shack of mine. There. If those guys are going... What does that perfect mean? Oh, I think that's the... I know what that is. Your house can take damage from the sandstorms. You know what? Let's have a second story entrance. Let's do that. didn't want to put it there though. I want it here. Um, See, I don't want that there. Whatever. There we go. Look at that. Fun little entrance. Get rid of that. And now there's so much space for activities. I know you guys aren't wanting to watch me build all day though, so let's get going on a quest step. I do need some more heal kits though. In one of these I should have plant fibers. There we go. Just start crafting a bunch of those, and then I can take this out of my inventory and put that in there. Okay, good. All right, yeah, okay. So this is a bike that I had previously... Oh, wait. Sorry, there's one more thing I gotta do before I set off. Need to drink more water. There we go. If you're fully hydrated, your character gets some stat bonuses. It's well worth having those. And I need to go talk to this guy 2 kilometers over this way. So you can see that I'm agitating the worms right now and driving around like this. The distances I've found have not been big enough that it's really an issue yet. Pleasant neighborhood though, you know, lots of people strung up on pikes. But generally you're trying to pathfind in such a way that you're staying close to the rocks and in shadow as much as possible. This is a great example of what not to do, because now I'm in the sun. I don't know, it's kind of an interesting mechanic. But since this is a multiplayer space, You'll have players with their own buildings pretty much everywhere. And I think in some ways that is kind of a con, right? Like it does add to the idea that, okay, well, this is a multiplayer experience. We're all doing our own kind of thing. See, that's some drum sand. You're not supposed to be driving over that for a long distance. See, there's the worm. But it also doesn't seem to be able to get me once I get to these larger structures. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't. I haven't cared that much about it. See, this is what I think is the biggest downside to having players be able to build everywhere is you get a lot of unfinished buildings or in process buildings. So there's a lot of things that just don't look good because they haven't had a chance to finish them or they've just left them behind and forgotten about them. And the game does kind of have a way to deal with that because the sandstorms, I guess, should be essentially deleting those after a while. The friends that I have that are playing this told me to ally with Harkonnens. Oh, great. So, probably. This is a long ways away. Oh, is there a. Must be a sandstorm going on right now. So, there's also sandstorms to contend with. Kind of like the pyro storms. Locks everything down. Sure, let's accept some contracts. And it says locate the second trial. Maybe I need to go here. Stand in this spice field for a bit. Okay, where was it? Um, oh, my character's gonna get too hot, and I'm just gonna die out here, and the worm's out there. What am I supposed to do to locate the second trial? See there, that's what it looks like when your character gets too hot. But if I stand in the shadow, it'll start cooling down. Oh, cut array capable of mining carbon. I do need that. Sluty actually found a sniper rifle. That was looking pretty cool. Oh, light moved and now it's getting hot again. Dang it. Oh, what's this? Maybe that's where I'm supposed to go. 'Cause there's a purple mountain there. Let's head to there. Because if it's not there, then I can also use one of these survey probes and hopefully get a better idea of where I'm actually supposed to go. But I've been enjoying the game so far. There's still a lot that I have yet to do. Based on modern gaming, though, I'd say that this is definitely worth the $50 you put into it. So let's see. Yeah, it wants me to get much higher. I don't think this one's going to be high enough. This one over here might. Oh, but here's a cave in. We'll find out this way if this is where I'm supposed to be. Pull out my weapon. So a lot of times they'll be booby trapped, which is what that sound was. I haven't actually run into a situation yet, though, where I felt like I was in legitimate danger with the booby traps. Whoa! So that little blue wave was this guy. Suspensor belt. As long as you're wearing it and keep it up in repairability, it will mitigate fall damage. Alright, here we go. Locate second trial. Do a line of spice here. changed our armor. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm the Flash. I'm Wally. Knowledge without action is empty. Faith without works is dead. Hmm. It's like a fire extinguisher. Aim at the base, pull and squeeze. Oh, jeez. I didn't think that was actually going to do anything, but it did. Alright, so I opened up a couple pathways there. Killed some people in a collapse. It wants me to go that way, I think, but I kind of want to go this way. Okay, wait. If she's talking, that means that maybe this was the alternate route. I'm guessing Shaitan is like Satan. Oh, okay. We got a choose your own adventure thing going on here. There's both paths have something going on. Okay, but she was talking about distraction over here, so now I kind of want to see if this was the Nada route. What happens if I go with these distractions? Oh. Okay, yeah. There's just nowhere to go over there. Clever developers, very clever. You almost tricked me down Satan's path. Whoa, what was... Oh, okay. So you gotta... Is that... No more puffing? So you can just, like, make the poison vials suck up the poison again. Basically just a traversal puzzle. Not really that puzzling, because just shoot these things. Ah, see? This was the divine path. She said that in the last one, too. See, now I'm confused. Is Shaitan Satan, or is it something different? Are we supposed to like Shaitan? I'm probably getting too invested in a fictitious religion in a video game. I swear I literally did not move the mouse, but one time it works, the other time it doesn't. Okay, cool. And now we've learned a new dragon shout. How much spice did you take? A lot, apparently. Ah! My helmet's gone! Yeah, worm shouts. Foos for a worm. You know, that is something that is definitely going to get you on a list if you go and ask people if they want to hear your worm shout. Research a Holtzman Shield Mark II. Fabricate the Holtzman Shield Mark II. Equip a Holtzman Shield Mark II. If you love the stamina mechanic in Breath of the Wild, you'll love this game because it does the exact same thing with stamina. But in this game, it does get a little interesting because your stamina level changes depending on your hydration. Like if I'm fully hydrated, I actually get close to 50% more stamina. But whenever you hear those rumblings in the distance, you can sometimes look around and actually see the worms breaching. Oh, I don't want to get hit by that spotlight. I still don't know what it does. Okay, we've got to go west. Oh! Oh no! Okay, that snuck up on me. Oh no! Okay. Spotlights are not good. Spotlights are not good. Will it really let me respawn on my vehicle? I I bet the NPCs are just going to be gone now, too. Ha-ha! Wait, nope. They're still here. They didn't disappear. Okay, but there you go. That's the easy way to beat that encounter. Just don't even try. But now we know. Spotlights are bad. These ironworks are also bad news. I went into one of those. There's going to be a lot of NPCs there. Jeez, I don't like how close that spotlight is now. Now, the other big comparison between this game and a game like Star Citizen is the bike mechanics. Uh, in this game, they are very simplistic. It's really just a traversal method instead of like a, I don't know, like Star Citizen is much more fleshed out as far as like vehicle gameplay goes. Even though there's not currently a really good reason to ever use vehicles, the mechanics are a lot more involved. This is really just about getting from point A to point B. But see, on one hand, I really don't mind that. Like, for most games, I don't think I really care about how good the vehicle mechanics are. In Star Citizen, it is a special exception because the vehicles are like the entire game. But you're not really thinking about like vehicle performance in a game like Halo, right? So it's certainly not the case that every game needs to be complex. And I need to stock up on blood again. Don't even have... See, it seems like sometimes you can do a cool jump. I don't know how to trigger that, though. Where are these people at? I need your blood. No! Oh my gosh. Okay, so... Alright, let's try and parry. I swear parry does not do anything. I think it has to do with the fact that this is a multiplayer online connected game. I think that must be affecting the parry timing. Because I can parry in other games. But I cannot parry in this game. I'm not going to load up Elden Ring to show that I can parry, but you're just going to have to believe me. I do know how to hit a button but the timing feels so inconsistent. I cannot get it to work. The whole blood harvesting though is very Mad Maxy, isn't it? Okay, so plenty of blood processing now. We're supposed to research these Holtzman shields. Ew, and I have like no intel points to use. Okay. Heal kit Mark 2. That might be useful at some point. I think we're going to need to level up the character to be able to continue that section. Unlock upgrade at the advanced Mentat trainer. Oh, that seems pretty. So basically, just a 15% durability buff on all gear on all garments. Now 20%. So if we need to level up, then maybe going to that location 4.5K out is the move. I need more water though. Which means I need to kill more people. It is interesting that we got the worm in Star Citizen about the same time that we got the worm in Dune. I don't know. The coincidence of that timing is just kind of funny to me. Like, yay, we finally got the worm in Star Citizen. And then it's like, oh, Dune came out and it's all about worms too. Man. So I think when enemies are shooting at you, they must not be able to be using. Oh, he was gonna revive himself. Whew. Glad I stopped that. Yeah, I think that must leave them vulnerable when they are shooting at you. So good to keep in mind. I also need to keep in mind that this is actually a full auto weapon, and I would probably benefit by using it as such. But the tap fire has been pretty powerful. That looks like a player. We're probably looking to just harvest some resources. This is a PvE area, so I'm really not under any threat here. But I have learned that you still can get inside players' bases because I've done it on accident. But then if the player, like, if I stand next to this, the door is open on the server too, and people can get in here. Which is a good reason to probably move my machines away from doors, so that I'm not accidentally leaving my house open. There's gotta be something I'm missing that could be making the whole water deal easier on me. Yeah, there you go. So if I make some copper ingots, then I can have a little canteen. Oh, see? There. There's the worm. And Star Citizen and Dune both went for remarkably similar designs for their big worms. Oh, yeah. Full auto. That's where it's at. I am really struggling to keep my water up, though. Quite frustrating. Um. But if I craft myself one of these, now I'll be able to carry more water. And where do I probably swap it with that one. There we go. Now, let's see. There are some plants nearby that I should be able to harvest some dew from. Here we go. I think this is one. Right. Okay, how do you use this thing then? Use use to drink its contents sip by sip. Okay, well I just used my dew reaper, didn't I? Let's okay, let's find out what is a dew reaper something I have to make? Guess it is. Okay, well that kind of sucks actually because I thought that I didn't think I needed to do that. Let's keep that processing though. Eventually we'll have more water. And this is going to be quite the drive. Oh. That this must be what crashed. What's over here? Can I do anything with this? I don't think I can. Whoa, 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 whoa. I did not mean to do that. Wrong keybind. I was trying. I thought I was pressing D. That was E. If you let the engine get up to 150 degrees, it will overheat. So, don't. I think I could probably make that gap, but if I go to these rocks, it will get me a little closer. And Sluty was telling me that he's already got a ornithopter. So, I mean, those mad lads have just been grinding the heck out of this game. I was looking around for the worm. I don't see it. It's telling me low fuel, and all you do to refuel it is pick up these fuel cells. Um, Maybe not. I thought that's what you do. Okay, so this is actually a PvP area. The majority of the game space that I've run into has so far been PvE. And it's been really easy to avoid. I haven't actually found anyone doing PvP. See, but see, it always spawns the worm well away from you. It's only an issue if you stay in the sand. And if you run into obvious worm treads like that, I've learned it will knock you back. But it doesn't seem to have any side effects otherwise. At least that I've been able to trigger. Oh, okay. That's less than ideal. Oh, shoot. I did it again. Woo! Oh! That was that was close. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Screen went black there for a second. I think that's more of that quicksand stuff. But if I go here, I can avoid it. We're still a long ways away. But we've crossed the major gap, so that's the biggest part that you need the sand bike for. This will give me a bunch of fuel cells. Look at that. Okay, but I really thought that really thought you just had to. Hmm. I can. I think I know what I need, and I would bet that they probably sell it where I'm going. Let's check the map though. Oh, yeah, it's this place. Dang it. So this is the shield wall. I'm sure there's a way to get up there. I've gotten really close, but then I've just run out of stamina and haven't been able to make it all the way up. But we're close enough. Let's store the vehicle. I don't want to find out what happens when I do run out. And here's hoping that using this little cistern thing will actually make it so I don't like cough up half of what I drink. Seemingly. There's an ornithopter. Oh, perfect. I thought it was going to have me go to the. There's a location that the tradies have that's like halfway up the mountain, and it's really annoying to get to. But it looks like it's just sending me to this lower location, which is where I'm hoping I can buy a vehicle fuel cell too. Not too much. You did miss me getting caught up in but by an alien spaceship in their tractor beam. That was kind of fun. Um, if you're just tuning in, you missed some delightful rants about DoorDash and Amazon drivers. Oh, thank you. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to skip that. Uh oh. Our prison ship, the one that we were in. Crap. Okay. Uh, People have been saying that the desktop audio is working, so that might just be your end. I do have it lower. Okay. All right. Another thing I've been noticing, and I do think that this is a bug. If you look in the top left, test of ruthlessness, surreptitiously interrogate Gloos Bohannon. It didn't update, so it's still telling me to talk to that guy, but it just did. It did that with the last mission as well, and I think it's just not updating the quest line. See if we can buy vehicle fuel cell. Oh, oh, okay. Well, it'll let me buy 3 of them. That's probably enough to get home. I think Solari tends to be like the only thing you lose when you die, which I did do earlier today with probably thousands of Solari in my pocket. Okay, there we go. Now I've got plenty of fuel. In all my years of gaming, I don't believe I have ever seen the word surreptitiously as part of anything in the game. Well, this game breaks new ground, brother. Surreptitiously is what it's all about. Um, it's probably very different if you do go for like the Atreides, who are presumably going to be much more open about their interests. But all the friends I play with have allied with Harkonnen, and they are basically Russian mafia. That's how they're being portrayed in the game. And they have me figuring out all kinds of secrets for them. Woo! Big air. Here's hoping that this will give me enough XP to get my level up. Where is this taking me? I don't know that this is where I wanted to go. It is not. How deep does this go, though? Are you guys getting some bad vibes about this place? I'm kind of getting some bad vibes. Haga Rift. Okay, we're going back up a little bit. Oh, look! There's some plant life down here. Chome Mineral Extraction Facility. All I want to know is, does this get me... This looks like it's going to go on for a long while. I'm going to turn around. If only we had a ground vehicle, bike, and vehicles that handled normally in SC. Yeah, well, you mean to tell me you don't like drifting a 60-ton tank? Do you even game Schlag? Now that's something that I was remarking on earlier. I know that Star Citizen is obviously going for something more in depth, and I do think that if they can get that working well, it has the potential to feel more rewarding as a vehicle experience. But there is definitely something to be said about simple mechanics that you can pick up in just a few minutes. And I guess that just goes to show that not every game should be going for full simulation, like to the extent that Star Citizen is. Like, sometimes it's okay for games to be simple. I have to figure out my way back above ground and not take the wrong turn. That's the wrong turn. Okay, I am thoroughly lost now. Okay, it's definitely that way. I'm out of water, too. Can I rotate? Not really. Okay, I must have come through this way because this looks more flat. Oh, my character is running out of water too. Alright, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat. Since I already do not have much in the way of Solari or water, I'm just going to respawn. This does take a hit to your item durability. And it's a little melodramatic if you ask me. But we're going to save so much time doing this. And look at that. Now we're all topped up. We've even got a little bonus water. Let's go kill some people. Keep that thing working. Oh man, full auto is so good. Who'd have thought, right? I don't see the melee chick. There's usually two of them here. Alright, and then let's make some... I forgot that I got this stuff. Probably need to wait a while before I upgrade that. But will be something cool to keep in mind. I thought it was going to be in here, though. The fuel cells. Make one of those. Apparently I need that to collect resources. What am I missing here? Oh, I know what I'm missing here. I need a different machine, I think. Let's see. Let's swap this out for now. Oh, when did I pick that up? Huh. Equip this. Put it on 3. We need this chemical refinery, I think. Which means we need a lot of copper. Dang it. So we gotta go get some copper. And then you see how it says good efficiency when I harvest? I think that is more to do with the item that I'm using to do it, as opposed to any kind of skill. To drive that point home, clearly inefficient, still got good efficiency. That's going to need some more... Well, we at least want to keep it topped off. These guys have probably respawned. Oh, maybe not. That's okay, though. We'll go kill their neighbors. God dang it. Oh! Did you see that? The parry actually worked. Oh, jeez. Oh! Parry? Working? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I should probably make myself more blood containers. You know what? I think that's something I can make out and about if I just pick up some more plant fibers. That way I don't have to run back to fill these as often. Hello? Anybody home? Once you've made some ammo, I feel like I've never run out of ammo. You find a lot on the way. You can also craft it en route to places. Oh no! Oh no! What do I do? What do I do? Stop shooting at me! No! Go away! I don't want to deal with those people again. They are not friendly. Jeez, that spotlight totally snuck up on me. Had no idea it was there. Yeah, look at that. We're cranking now. We can process 6 liters of blood. Are there any of those nasty NPCs out? Yes, there are. Whew. Pinpoint precision. Okay, that's going away now. You picked a really inconvenient spot. That animation did not match up at all. Oh, okay. It was just a normal NPC. I thought maybe I could get some cool loot off of them. Okay. That'll get us plenty of copper. Still won't let me fix these. It must be that I don't have them unlocked for research. See, okay, now we have our little fuel guy. Mm. Okay, did I not just have a ton of fuel cells before? Where did those go? I also think it might have to do with not having enough. Enough generator capacity, possibly. Okay, that got things back up and running. Okay, so I need to get a lot more fuel cells. And then it's 25 fuel cells for a small vehicle fuel cell. Or some water and 45 for a bigger one. So let's hunt down some fuel cells. I guess I must have lost them when I tried to cheat the system and just do my respawn. Oh jeez, oh jeez, there they are. Those are the things I didn't want. I didn't want them. Go away, go away, go away. Oh no, the door's staying open. Close the door. Man. Alright. So they can be killed. I'm going to turn them into blood. Die! I'm not dying this time. I'm not dying this time. Jeez. Okay, I think I got them all. And what did that get me? Just more darts. These guys don't even drop anything good. Come on. Stab them. Can you stab this one? Good, more fuel cells. There you go, there's your worm. Alright, now my litter john is totally full. Should mean that I have plenty of water for a while, at least. But I need more fuel cells. There. That amount that I got just boosted that by 8 hours. We should have enough to keep the base running while we find more elsewhere. I almost did the E thing again. It's because Q is your boost button. And I think I'm hitting D because, like, the muscle memory is like, you're not used to pressing the same 3 keys in a row on that top row, right? Whoa. It's your deal. I think that was a player. The way that they were kind of hopping around. So I don't think that they... I don't know. I'd have to watch the footage back to see if they did any damage, but I don't think they did. Because this is still a PvE area. One thing that this game does really well is death markers. Principally because they actually work consistently. Every time I've died, I've gotten a death marker. Which unfortunately cannot be said for Star Citizen. Okay. I can boost the game volume a bit. That should be much better for you guys. I thought you guys just wanted to hear my beautiful voice all the time. Okay. That's gonna be like, it's gonna be that same place all the way out there. How much does a ride there cost? Where is that place actually? Shoot, now I don't remember which one I was going for. I just bumped the volume up though. You should be able to hear it. Okay, test of treachery. That's the one we're looking for. Oh, I don't think it's actually far enough for. No, no quacks. I don't think it's far enough that this person will actually take me there. I think I just have to make do. I swear, this person though. Okay, let's figure out where the banks are. No quacks. Is there only going to be like one bank? Oh, Arakeen? Okay, have I been to either of those locations? Distraught quack. Alright, so let's try that new thing. This thing. Let's see, let's replace. Ooh. I can do it. Okay, that's kind of cool. I can do it from this menu. So that gets me back my stat bonuses. It's pretty cool, not gonna lie. I'm trying to figure out if my vehicles take damage. I think the treads got a little more on the yellow side there. But I've also, I mean, I've just been hammering this bike. So if they do take damage, it's very minimal every time you screw up. Okay, let's see. Just gotta go for it. Yeah, I mean that's definitely not something you can do in Star Citizen, right? That fall would have definitely killed me. And rightfully so. I mean, that was pretty reckless. Okay, I think I can go through the middle here. Yes. Okay, yeah. There does seem to be some element of inertia, because, like, sometimes your turns are harder to pull off. Okay, I should be able to make this gap. Look at that. Yoink. Need need to find one of those bigger fuel cells spawning. Nope. Oh, here's another one. There's one over here. There's this one over here. Hmm. What's the safer bet? Reckon I can make that? Actually got my heart going a little bit there. But we made it. It's all good in the neighborhood. Did that reveal any cool locations? Not really. Some more fuel cells. I wonder if you can get hit by those. There's these ships that crash land, and I don't know what you can do with them yet. I walked over to one, didn't see any resources I could extract. I'm sure the odds of getting hit are very slim, but it would be kind of cool. I think that might be a fuel cell. No. Dang it. Really? Because I tried looking for like the icons that would indicate that there was something harvestable, but I didn't find anything. So I'll have to try it again. Oh, more fuel cells here. Look at this. Cells for days. More drum sand. Oh, look at that. There we go. See, that got us 38 fuel cells. So you just find one of those, and you're good on base power for quite a while. And then if you don't die, and you actually get your fuel cells back home, you'll have a stockpile in no time. It says it's up there, I think. Or maybe there's a way to it over here? Okay, it's probably that camp. So let's just come a little ways over here so I can properly stow that. The NPCs do follow you for quite a distance if they are in pursuit of you. Okay. I kind of want to keep them at a distance because then they're easier to kill because they shoot at me. You have something I need. It's your kidneys. All your Solari is mine. How am I already parched? I'm going to need to, like, take tons of these litter johns with me. There's a guy I killed over here, too. See what I mean about, like, never running out of ammo? How many people have I killed in this game session alone, and I still have over 300 rounds? So this definitely is not a game where ammo is the limiting factor. I need to level up so I can research that Dew Reaper so I can drink those things more efficiently. Okay, we'll do this next. But where the heck? It pinged when I went in here, right? So I guess we're doing this now. This is the second one of these buildings I found. Very reminiscent of how they looked in the movie. But research facility, a lot of bad guys down here, lots of stuff to loot. Kind of like a dungeon, I guess. There we go. Stab. And you provide me no loot. You're useless. Tap fire is really good for getting those follow-up headshots. Rude. Where did you come from? Probably the stairs, huh? So I need a key to get past that door. There we go. That was a pretty efficient takedown. They're just going to keep coming out of there until I figure out a way to get in there and disable them. Ah! Okay, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, Don't heal yet. Go back. I'm struggling. See, they do not give up. Oh my gosh. Okay, they do give up. Goodness. All right, let's. There's got to be a limited number, right? If I just kill them all. I wonder if I can cheese them all into this hallway. That would be kind of nice, actually. Ah, it's the quack! Oh my gosh! Why is it that their swords do so much? Okay, so now they go back in. I'm running low on these bandages. I need them to not be together. Like this works. Where was the other one? If they're not together, they're a lot easier to take out. Oh, there you are. Whew. Look at me now. It is also very quiet in general. Um, I can boost the game volume more. There, that's as high as that's as high as OBS will take it by default without me having to do anything weird. Here I am. Oh man, there we go. That's what I needed. Some water. What do you mean enemy sighted? You can't see me. Okay, can't get through there yet. Okay, last one I went to, they literally hid the key in like one of these offshoot rooms. So do gotta check and make sure I'm not missing something. Oh, there's a corridor this way, huh? Okay, let's check down here. There we go. I don't like those. Those are bad. Alright, thanks for hanging out, Wills. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Okay. I swear I should have gotten that parry, but okay, fine. It's all good. We got this. There we go. Okay, so that's the green ID band. And you can tell which doors it is by the color of the corners. Probably. Oh, what's going on? So you guys don't see those black screens. It just black screened for a second there. It's enough to freak me out, but as long as it doesn't destroy the experience for you guys, I guess I'm happy. Okay, so it's not that door. So it's probably this one from the other side. So here we are. I think I killed everyone that came from this one, so shouldn't be too hard. Okay, there. So we could leave right now, but I don't think we've gotten the best loot for ourselves personally yet. And look, there's our purple ID band. Oh. Wait, it was saying backpack full, but then it just let me do it anyways. It's weird. Let's craft up some more heal kits. Just to kind of minimize our inventory a little bit. Killed a lot of people from inside here, so I don't think there's going to be too much resistance. I thought I heard a booby trap. Oh, shoot! Okay, let's just drink that one. It says backpack full, but it also says that What's going on here? Got a lot of junk I do not need with me right now. Okay, it'll let me take these. Kirab Heavy Head Wrap. Maybe if I drop that. There we go. And then that's going to be a lot more armor than what I had before. And I can craft these at home. So let's do that. Have I acquired all the best goodies from in here? Some more Solari. Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot else in here, was there? Unless this is like a giant secret door. Okay. Well, let's get back home then. Or get back to Kazmir. So you do need to be careful about NPC respawns. Because it doesn't wait for you to fully finish an area. They do respawn even though you're still here. Okay, I haven't yet visited this place. I don't know why it's all glowy like this. Probably nothing good, right? See, now we're up to 140 fuel cells. If I can just make it home, we'll have plenty. Okay, that seems to be radiation. Okay, so probably don't want to enter too deep into that area until I have some radiation gear. Okay, I'm dehydrated, but I think we're gonna make it. I do have a lot of blood in my pocket that I could drink if I really need to, but I think we're good. Would be kind of cool if they had a drinking fountain at these places. So this is going to cut off my any chance of redemption with Atreides, I assume, right? Cool armor. All right. So we can still be friends then? Ooh, cool armor. What is Samutha? Some kind of drug, I guess. Probably probably LSD from how he's describing it. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll drink a little bit of blood. There we go. Wait, what was there a vendor there for Harkonnen? I really do not like how you can't rotate this. But let's double check. Let's make sure I'm not missing something. I'm not going to store it. I'm going to be in and out, I think. Will you sell me stuff? Okay, so got a new mission. But no vendors here. So, all right, fine. Oh, guess they found someone over there. Glad it's not me. Those things are a pain in the butt. Oh, that was a fuel cell, wasn't it? Gotta grab those. There it is. No more. Just the one. All right, so now let's deposit all our blood. Is there no blood to drink? Yeah. Let me drink it. There we go. So now we're fully topped off. I'm going to hold off on crafting any of those because we're good. But I will... I'm just going to dump them all in there. There we go. Now we're good for 5 days. We have 4K Solari. So we should be able to pay our taxes just fine. And did that level us up? Yes, now we have 20 points to research. Let's grab these. I do need to research that to advance the quest line. And I don't know if there's going to be that much of an improvement if I research this. I think I'll stick with the... with the rifle for now. But knowing how to make it will be useful. Fabricate a Holtzman shield Mark II. What do we need for that? Oh, just some more iron ingots. We can handle that. It's going to make 6. Yeah, that'll be enough. We just need the one more. Okay, where did it go? Shoot, did I not make the right thing? I don't think I did. Oh, I think I just crafted another one of those power packs. Dang it. Okay, let's just store that. Store those. And that. And those, I guess. And now we're limited by water capacity again. Dang it. I can deposit water, though. There we go. Let's do that. Where did that deposit the water from, though? Because, like, my character is still fine. I really have to pee. But I want to get this quest step done because I think I'm going to call the stream over at that point. Those required quite a bit more micro sandwich stuff to make. That requires some silicone block. Okay. Activate the shield. And if it's anything like what the movies say, because I haven't read the book, I'll be honest, I should not activate this on the sand, right? That would be bad for me. But we're gonna call it that. We're gonna call that quits for now. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. so that you don't miss any amazing content like what you've just witnessed. If you do have the means to do so, it is also greatly appreciated for the channel members that are able to support Orbital Bombardier and Up, like John Best and the Prime, get a special mention in each and every stream / video that I do, and it directly helps me make content like this. But other than that, like, share, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. And until next time, this is your host, Oddjob Entertainment, signing off.